It's Johanna.
And Daniel.
Let's introduce each other.
Well, my name is Daniel Gärtner and I'm a lecturer at the Technical University of Munich. I'm a sports scientist and a sports teacher. And how about you, Johanna?
My name is Johanna Fellner. I help people get rid of stress and feel fresh energy again. I'm from Ruppolding, that's in the southeast of Germany, in the Bavarian Alps.
Oh, that sounds great. So what do you do to come down, to relax, and do you have a special plan for you to be calm and relaxed? Because you always seem to be a relaxed person with a lot of energy, with a powerful mind.
Yes, of course. I really take care of myself and I go outside in nature, work out in nature, and that's what I need. I also meet friends and family, and that brings me down to earth.
Oh, that sounds
great. What about you,
yeah.
actually, Daniel?
Oh, well, so I try to do kind of sports like climbing, rock climbing, go out in the nature too. But I also like to work out at the gym, yeah, to be totally by yourself, alone, and do one repetition after each other. This is what brings me down and make me a relaxed person. But not all the time, but just sometimes. Yeah.
And what's your profession or sport, and when did you start?
Oh, well, that's a kind of, it's 25 years ago. I started with martial arts. I was doing karate as I was a little boy and doing some punches and kicks, and it was a great time. And then I started doing kickboxing. And that's my sport. I have been successful for about 25 years ago in kickboxing until 2008. And after that, I had an injury, and then I quitted from the professional sports. And yeah, it was a great time. It was a great time with a lot of experience by doing the sport, the workouts for a special goal. And I always try to do all this. I learned all this kind of expectations and all this kind of mind settings in my job as a lecturer, as a sports scientist in the university, and I think it works. How about you? Huh?
I was a gymnast when I was a child, and then I switched to hip hop and jazz dance. I wanted to become a dancer in my youth. My first education in fitness was when I was 12 years old. Oh. And regarding to mindfulness and mindset, I just found old diaries.
Wow, great. So much fun.
Yeah, from the age of 9 years old. And yeah, also in my youth, I rather read psychology books than party. And, yeah, really. And that was my start.
Wow, great. So there's a little image in my brain, you as a little girl, 9 years old, doing some gymnastic moves. Wow, it's kind of great. I like that.
Yes, it was great. It was amazing. It always has been my passion, and that stayed also when I started fitness. So for me, movement is just what I love. Is there a special mantra you live for?
Yeah, the special mantra is trust yourself and go for what you really like, what you really love. That's the most important thing for me. And if there is any other kind, the naysayers, they say, no, it can't be done, it wouldn't work, or you're not good enough for that. Just ignore that and go your way. That's the most important thing of all. But try to reach reachable goals. So don't do higher goals you can't reach. It brings you down. It feels you uncomfortable. Just try to reach goals you really can achieve. And that's the most important thing. Trust yourself and reach the goals you can achieve. How about you?
My mantra is life is movement. Movement means change. Only those who are willing to change can also make a difference.
Oh, that's a great mantra. And what do you do in your free time when you are not giving classes or teaching or personal coaches, what do you when you are completely alone for yourself?
I love doing sports outside in nature, like hiking, biking, or in wintertime, cross-country skiing. Wow. I love to see my family, spend quality time with them, chat with friends. And I also do have 2 cats who needs attention, and they get it.
Really?
Of course.
I have a cat too, and we got 5 little cats about 6 weeks ago. Their eyes are closed, they are so sweet, and they are always crying for the mommy. Meow, give me some milk, give me some milk. They are so sweet, I love that.
Oh, amazing. Some new life.
Daniel, Johanna,
what's your number 1 tip for people wanting to start their wellness journey but don't know where to begin?
Put your cell phones away. Don't look at the cell phones. Prepare some special time slots every day where we are completely without electronic devices and stuff. It brings you down. It sharpens your focus to do some nice stuff. Maybe go dancing, go talking with your friends without the cell phone in the background, and try to focus a bit at your milestones, because every one of us has some milestones. Maybe to have a great lunch at the evening, it's a little one, or to become president, it's a big one, yeah. But we have to focus at these milestones without any interruption, yeah, from the technical stuff and the surrounding world. So I think it's the first tip, and after that you can try to work with a list. On the one side, you put the things you like to do, which are good for you, and on the other side, the bad things. And so you can put the good things and do it for the positive way, the positive side, and you can go along these positive things, and you can cancel the bad things because you're watching at that list and you have it in your mind, and so you can decide this is good for me and this is bad for me. I think this works.
I think that's very, very helpful. I also tell people, think about why. Why would you start? Why do you want to start? And what would be different in your life if you were already living your change? Maybe you would be more flexible, you would feel more alive, you would be fitter, your back wouldn't hurt anymore. So what's your why? And then begin and start, as you say, with small steps, little changes in your life, in your lifestyle you do every day. Number 1, exercise. Find a movement routine, like a mobility routine you do every morning, 10 minutes. Second, clean eating. Stop drinking alcohol, stop eating junk food. Yes, you're
that's
laughing,
yeah,
but for us it's naturally, you know? Yeah. But it's not for everybody. So whatever is the worst on your present diet, stop it and eat more veggies, drink more water instead. The third point, your mindset. Write down a positive review of your day, what went well, and what did you do to make it go well every day.
Johanna, that sounds so great. Can you please be my personal coach?
Of course, Daniel. I would love to be your personal coach.
We just start in about 10 minutes, okay? Because for me, I try to eat clean, but I always have the problem when I'm very busy. Yeah, so I need much energy, and so there's time for a little snack. And what is it? It's a kind of bar or sometimes the pizza or the burger. Yeah,
I know what you mean.
It's so tasty. Yeah, but
Join my lecture later. Yeah, it's about stress management.
I will be there. Yeah.
I don't think so, because you are on stage as well. So what's your role on the festival today?
Oh my God! Okay, I think we have to switch the timetables. Yes. So my part today is to give a kickboxing class. Kickboxing, but the fitness style of kickboxing, not the real hard style with full contact. So we do some kicks and punches, we do some squats. And in the background, we have a great music. We have a great beat, techno house music. And I think it's going to be amazing. It's going to be exhausting too. And you have to be well prepared for that.
I'll be with you. I'll join you the first class.
Oh, thanks a lot. Okay. Hey, Johanna, I have another question for you. What is your biggest challenge so far when you think about your whole life? What was challenging you the most?
The greatest challenge in my life was finding my way back to life and flow. After the diagnosis of a life-threatening illness, the death of a loved one, and the end of a long-term relationship.
Oh, I'm so sorry about that.
Well, it was hard, but in the end, it led me to a new way and to where I am right now.
All right. I understand.
Otherwise, I wouldn't have started mindfulness coaching. So in the end,
okay. So
it's all good.
It brings you on the track you are right now.
That's how it is.
Okay.
What about you? I think every great person, as you are, has a story to tell. So what was your biggest challenge?
Well, the biggest challenge was after two years ago, my mother died because of COVID. And it was a really bad time to manage all that. She had a great house, an old house, and I just then I decided to renovate all the house with a new basement, new floors, and have to throw away all the things who remembered me on my mother. It was very challenging, and it was a stitch in my heart. But yeah, it's about 2 years ago, and I finished the renovation 2 months ago. So we moved into this house. It was all new, and I tried to combine the old things like old wood walls and with the new ones, and it fits very good together. And there's a part of that who just remember me to my mother, and the new things are new, so new and old one fits very good together. And this brought me back on track, because it was a very hard time for me the last 2 years.
Beside the renovation of your house, what helped you to overcome this hard time?
Well, I just had a picture in my mind. How will it look like? If it is finished. So I had some nice pictures with the rooftop, with the new inventory, with the new robots and all the floors and kind of that. And I just printed some of the picture I saw in Pinterest, in the social media, how it will be when it's done. So I pushed myself every day to bring this work to the end. Every weekend I was on the construction land doing some stuff like removing walls with a sledgehammer and really hard things. Yeah? And I was so exhausted, but I always had the picture in my mind. How will it look like when it's done?
That's a great tip, a great side tip, to focus on your goals in the future and how it would look like, and that help you also to go really strong and go through this hard work.
Yeah.
As well.
And in my time as a professional kickboxer, I tried to do this imagination with my sports. I just wanted to become the German champion. So there was the picture in my mind, and I go for it. I just went for it through this period of pain. Yeah. And in the end, I was the German champion. And at the end, I become world champion 3 times. Yeah. And the same I had to do with my job at the university, to do my PhD and the doctoral degree. It was a hard time, but the imagination of that you want to achieve is the most important thing, I think.
Is that something you can tell to the people if somebody has a hard time to get some motivation for sports and mindfulness and wellness? Or what would you tell them?
Absolutely. So I think the first thing is to know what you want to do or which goal you want to achieve. Is the first thing. Most of the people don't know what or who they are or what they want to achieve, but the what and how is very important. And then print a picture, just point it at the bathroom every day, and so you are confronted with exactly this image, and this brings you more and more closer to this goal. And this is in every kind of living, in the family, in the business, in the sports. I think always it works for your best when you do this imagination, this positive imagination.
And if you haven't known yet what your goal would be, then just try different things and find out what you like, what you love, how you like to move. And then if you try different things, you already have done workouts for a few weeks.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
that's
of course.
amazing.
Yeah.
And find out what you love.
Yeah.
So that's always my advice. Mm-hmm. And if people ask me, where does your inner power come from? I say, I love what I do. That's it.
All right.
And of course, I reflect myself. I think positive. I keep on going. I have strong roots, and I take care of myself and find my balance in nature.
Wow, that sounds great.
Where does your inner power come from?
My inner power, I think, comes from my passion of movement. As I was a little child, I was very active, no sitting anywhere, just moving around and running around. And it was the beginning of my passion to move my body, to move my mind at the same time. And when I feel sad, I do some sports, some cardio, and after that I feel great. And when you give an advice to anyone who wants to start with a physical activity or a kind of sport, what would you just recommend to begin or make the beginning much more easier?
Just start. And
it's so simple.
Like that, yes,
really.
yes. Sometimes life can be simple. So, and start with a little step. Don't set your goal too high to start with. You can have a higher goal, but to start with, the first step and the mini steps are the most important. So just start with 10 minutes per day. What would you do in that 10 minutes? If somebody says, I have 10 minutes per day, what can I do?
So I will switch. One day I will do some coordination work, maybe 10 minutes of balancing, standing on one leg, close their eyes, try to keep in balance. That's nice when you are very stressed and working at the desk. So stand up and move a bit like that. And when I feel a bit exhausted, I do 10 minutes of high intensive interval workouts, maybe sitting at the wall with the squat position, and try to hold this for 8 sets, just 20 seconds of physical activity. Feels you burn, the thighs are burning, the lactate is switching into the veins, and after 10 minutes you feel absolutely exhausted, your heart rate went up and you feel great.
If we listen to you, it sounds like it's so amazing, but I could imagine people are like, oh yes, sitting on the wall, amazing.
I think it's amazing when you feel the burning in the muscles, but in this period of pain, it's horrible, I know. But after that, you feel great.
Then it's
and that's what we want you to go for, And the time after the pain, it's so nice. It gives you so much power for the mind.
Let's talk about
great.
the time after the pain. What does a perfect day of well-being look like for you?
Oh, first of all, I can sleep long in the morning, wake up late, and then I get a cool and a great coffee, a well-tasting coffee, maybe with some ice cream in the morning. I love that.
In the morning?
In the morning, yeah.
Okay.
I think the Italians say it's a focaccia. It's an espresso with an ice cream. Oh, I love that in the morning. Yeah, and
Okay.
and then I can organize my whole day without appointments, without any stress or busy times, and then I go meet for some friends, have nice talkings, and doing some sports in the group, maybe playing basketball or go hiking and biking. And at the evening, I do some physical workouts, maybe in the gym. And then I meet my friends again and have a nice barbecue at the evening. And after that, we just continue with talking and have a great time. That's for me the well-being tip for all, just to have a routine with your friends and talk to each other. It brings so much for your soul. What about you, Johanna?
For me, I could spend this time of the day with you. That sounds amazing.
Oh, I'm honored by that. I'm getting
But
red.
if I would choose the day, I would starting my day not too early, not too late. Enjoying a small breakfast, get ready for a adventure in nature. For example, some hiking or via Verada with a
Oh.
picnic, sunbathing on a mountain lake, relax with a coffee on the balcony, and then dress up for dinner in a nice restaurant with live music.
Wow, there are so many nice pictures in my head right now. Wow, okay. Maybe we can do this together
Why
sometime?
not?
Yeah.
Yes, let's do
Sounds
it.
great. Johanna, I have a nice question for you. This or that?
This
May
or that?
I ask, inside the gym or outside in the nature? What
Outside
would you
in
say?
the nature.
Okay. Summer or winter?
Winter. If
Oh.
it's a real winter with snow and you can go skiing and so on.
Okay.
Yes, then winter.
Are you the early bird or the night owl?
I could go to bed early and wake up late.
Okay. Beach or the mountains?
Mountains.
Okay. Music or film?
Film.
Cheat days or consistency?
Consistent cheating. I follow
This is a clever answer.
I follow
Okay.
kind of the Pareto principle. 80% clean eating and 20% cheating every day.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
What about destiny or effort?
I believe in destiny, but I don't rely on it, so it's effort.
Okay,
Now
great.
it's your turn.
It's my turn. Oh no. Okay.
Yes. Let me see. I have different this or that questions for you. Okay? Are you
Okay,
ready, Daniel?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Smoothie or protein shake?
Protein smoothie.
Uh-huh.
It's a mixture.
I have to try that. Inside the gym or out in nature?
Wow. I think inside the gym.
Chocolate or chips?
Chips.
Summer or winter?
Summer.
Holidays in a hotel or camping?
Holidays in the hotel.
Tea or coffee?
Coffee.
Sparkling water or natural?
Sparkling.
Running fast and short or slow and long?
Fast and short.
Of course, as a gymnast. Thank you, Daniel.
Thanks
it was
a lot,
pleasure
Johanna.
to talk to you.
It was a pleasure to me. And maybe we should do this perfect day together, we just were talking about.
Sounds like
Yeah.
a plan. Let's go.
Let's go. Bye bye, guys.
Bye. Thank you.